Today on The Garage Engineer, we take a simple glass jar and turn it into a beautiful looking gift. So I want to use a simple crafting technique that uses items around the house and creates a beautiful colored sea glass effect on ordinary glass objects. You can find these items at your local dollar store. Or for those across the pond, it can be found at your local pound store. So the main item we're going to need is a glass object. Something that is not valuable that your mom would get mad at you painting. Something that has a nice texture to it, or a vase. Then we move on to white glue. We have food coloring. I've chosen red, and we're going to try blue. I haven't done blue before, so we'll see how that turns out. Just a cup for mixing, and a foam brush or a paintbrush, whatever you can find. To get started, we're going to take some of our white glue, and we're just going to take the top off here because we're going to need a bunch of it. And we're going to put it, there you go. Looks like it's about right. Then we're going to start with the blue here, which is blue food coloring. And the key is to put a bunch of it in there. Don't be shy. And you can change the amount of food coloring you put in there based on the dark or lightness of the color you want. Then I just have a skewer here, and we're going to take that and we are going to stir it up. And you can already see the nice dark blue color we've got here. Make sure you scrape all the glue on the sides and on the bottom there. Now we're going to start with the vase here. We're going to color that blue. And you just take a little bit of paint and you start spreading it onto your glass there. And the key is to get it opaque. And that'll give it that sea glass look. Now that we've got toward the end here, you can go around and change your brush marks to give it texture. You can do designs in it once you've got the main coloring on here. Like you can take lines using your chopstick or your skewer here, and you can draw decorative lines through it. You can do a lot of different things, different techniques. You can play around with that. For this, we're just going to do very vertical stripes with the brush, nice and even here. We're going to go with that as our design. Make sure we have it all covered up, and there you go. Well, let's give that time to dry, and let's start on our next color. So for our next color, we are going to take some glue, and we're going to use the red as our base color. Let's put a little bit more in there since we're going to actually be doing two objects this time. So here's our red food coloring. Don't be shy, just put in a bunch of color in there. I tend to like it, the darker the color, the better it turns out. So now we just stir it. And now you can see it's getting that rich red color. So for this one, I've chosen two glass jars. The reason I picked this one is because it has a textured, I guess that would be kind of a basket weave pattern on it. And I thought that would give a good visual detail to it when you're painting, because it will change up how much of the material is being left on the jar and give it depth to it. So let's give that a try, and we will see how that turns out. So again, we're just using our foam brush, and I'll turn this upside down and hold it kind of in my fingers here, and we will paint it upside down. It's kind of easier to hold, and we'll just get it on there. It doesn't have to be perfect, just want to get the color on there. You know, that's a little bit too pink. I think we're going to add some more food coloring to it to make it a more richer red. So let's do that. And now we'll just stir it up here. See if we can get this darker. And we might end up having to do 2 coats to get it a darker red. Well, that's better. There you go. That's definitely better. Give it that rich red ruby color. So what I like about these type of projects, kind of vase or containers, you can make them to fit the personality of the person you're giving the gift to. So we'll show towards the end of it how you decorate it. You can always add items in here, such as flowers, different collections of, if they like to do art, you could put colored pencils in here. The options are endless, so just kind of be creative. That's why I kind of like these types of gifts, is because you can personalize them towards the person you are giving it to and making it more meaningful to them. Or even you can get one of those, what I'm using for stirring sticks, a skewer or a chopstick, and you can even put signs on them, on the end of them, and stick them in here as a sign holder, and you can put personalized messages. Okay, so we're back to the beginning here. We are gonna let these, I'm gonna go ahead and do the other one. We're gonna let these dry, and then we'll come back and do a little display of them and see how they turned out once they're dry. It's been about an hour and everything is dried really well, and I think it's turned out wonderful. There's some great color here and great texture on these. So now we'll move on to the decorating part of it. Now these could be used as is, but as I was painting this, it kind of looked like a strawberry, the bottom of a strawberry, because of the lines going through there. So while it was drying, I decided to take one of the lids and painted it green. Kind of make it look like the top of the strawberry. So now we kind of have a strawberry looking jar. So that was kind of one idea we had there. Another idea we have is with the vase, we can use it for flowers, or I found these at the dollar store. They're sponges, but they're Valentine's Day themed sponges. So what we can do is, let's cut, actually we're going to use the heart one, cut the string off, and then take one of our skewers that we have. We'll stick it right up through the middle here. I'll just adjust the, there you go. There you go. That's a little high, we'll cut it. And there you have kind of a vase with a decorative themed item that could be given as a gift. And then for our last jar, you can always just take tissue paper and fill it in to give it a little bit more depth, and use it as a jar also. So there's a lot of different options on how to use it as displaying, so you can be quite creative. Our little project here gave you some ideas of how you can use simple household items to make neat and unique looking gifts. And remember the ABCs of making. Always be creative. Till next time. And Valentine's Day is coming up quick, so don't forget about the ones you love.